This is our 1963 Land Rover Series 2A, or Lenny. We pulled Lenny out of the forest where he had been sitting for over 20 years. He has a seized engine that we're trying to get going again, and some serious bumps and bruises. We're conducting a preservation on this guy, not a full restoration. And today, we hope to have this guy's solid foundation ready to roll. We've previously completed most of the work we wanted to do touching up the chassis. Now we're working on the axles, getting them tidied up, all that grease and grime off, so that we have a better, clean foundation to work on when it comes to servicing these later. Nope. Just rounding that off. As part of the refresh on these axles, we will be doing brakes, including cylinders, lines, all that stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and just cut this off since we're gonna be replacing it anyway. I just tried bending this to get it out of the way and it broke, so that's job done. Yeah, no, didn't think so. As mentioned earlier, these brakes will be getting a full refresh, all new parts, all new hardware, and as you can see here, it really needs it. Here we go. So here's the rear axle ready to roll. I put some gloss black paint over the primer Jack previously put on, and while the brakes are not done yet, I put the drums on as we're going to be mounting the wheels in order to get the chassis rolling. Now on to the front axle. Same deal here. I'll be cleaning it up, removing any grease, buildup, grime, giving it a fresh coat of paint, and preparing it for servicing after we get the chassis rolling. Okay, Jack's back. He went to pick up this mystery package. Let's see what he's got. Hello? Success?
Success.
Oh my God.
7 packages from Three Brothers Classic Rovers.
Okay, well, do I get to guess what that is?
Probably not hard to guess, eh?
Oh my God, I'm so excited. Didn't know what Jack was getting. He wouldn't tell me. But here we go. This is what we're gonna need to finish off getting those axles under there.
Brand new leaf springs.
What do we got here? Oh, did they leave us a little note? Jack, thank you for your order. Have a beautiful day. Aw. Wait, what's in?
Pads. Mounts. This is a U-bolt kit for the leaf springs. And of course, Shock Day.
Knew everything, Dave.
Another box. Well, there's the invoice. Don't look at that. Outriggers.
If you missed our last episode, we worked on Lenny's chassis. We pulled off these outriggers as they were totally rotted out. And these are pretty necessary as they hold up the bulkhead.
Oh, powder coated, ready to go.
They're gonna look too good for our chassis.
Yeah, they're gonna look way better than the rest of the chassis. Okay, that's that. Best till last.
Best to last. Oh.
What do we got here?
Oh my gosh, I can tell by the shape what I think it is. And based on what we need. Yep. Oh, man. Look at that.
Now, in retrospect, I should have got the ones with the built-in frame horns. Came out of it. That would have been a very easy tie-in, but I think we're going to be able to make this work. That is the new rear cross member / bumper.
So, not sure if you guys remember from the last, well, 2 videos, the rear cross member on both Lenny and our replacement chassis are totally shot. Let's just have a quick look at that again. So, Jack got the replacement. Oh man, I am so excited. There it is. There's the haul. We've got the rear cross member, shocks, front and rear leaves, hardware for the leaves, engine and transmission mounts, the outriggers for the bulkhead, and the pads for mounting the tub. This is literally everything we need to get this chassis finished up and ready to take Lenny's other bits. And they sent a t-shirt. Look how cute that is. I'm really, really excited. Let's get these axles finished up and we can get all that installed. While Jack's grinding away in the background getting that rear cross member installed, I finished cleaning up this axle. Some of these nuts in the hardware you couldn't even see for the amount of grime and grit that was stuck to them, so this is going to make working on them later much nicer. And here's the front, all cleaned up and freshly painted. That's both axles done. The front one here, you'll see I've put plastic bags over the ends, and that's just to protect those swivel housings. Like the steering is a swivel ball, because these axles are going to undergo a full maintenance schedule. We're going to do fluids, we're going to do steering, we're going to do all of that. So rather than me cleaning up the steering and doing all of that right now, we're going to leave it for the sake of just having a rolling chassis to be able to move this thing around. So speaking of rolling chassis, let's talk tires. We decided to go with a radial in a 215/85/16 because one of the wheels and tires that came on the replacement chassis that we have, I really like the size of it. It's this is a 16 with a 7/16 bias ply tire, and this is a tube tire. And I just really like the size of this. It's classic series Land Rover stuff, and the closest size we could find to that was this guy here. So this is a radial, and it is on the 16-inch by 5.5 wheel. I refinished these wheels in an off-the-shelf paint called Gloss Almond, which matches the original limestone pretty closely. So these tires that we chose, being as close as I could find to the standard size, the original size, they're really, really similar in width and height and everything like that. So I think they're actually going to work really, really well. It's getting late. These tires are ready to go on those axles once that paint dries. So we'll pick that up in the morning. It feels like a really big step to get a fresh set of wheels and tires on these refurbed axles. Remember, we are going to be servicing these, including new studs and nuts, so any mismatched ones you see here, we'll get to that eventually. Just like that, we have our rear axle and our front axle and both sets of parts. Okay, it's install time.
Okay, now that's in. Let's go get this axle. Probably some shimmying to do. Okay, so let's get something to prop that wheel up. A little bit. Yep. Okay. A bit more. Okay. It's pretty good. Pull it up from it. Yep. But this is fun right now. Well, well,
These U-bolts that Jack's fitting here to the axle, you can see he's pushing them on, and it almost like they were a bit too narrow, and they took lots and lots of persuading to get to fit into this plate. Jack's just casually putting the nuts on here, but this took an unreasonable amount of time to get to this point. By fitting the front of the rear leaf spring first and then installing the axle, we're now able to raise the front of the frame, lining everything back up in the rear here so we can get these rear bolts in for the back hangers. Oh no, your safety strap fell off your gun.
oh no.
The battery's gonna fall out now. Repeating for the other side and making sure all the other hardware is a little bit loose so we can wiggle everything around and make sure it's all lined up. Okay, rear axle's in. We're gonna spin this thing around and do the front. Actually, hold that thought. Dinner just arrived, so we'll be back in a sec. Okay, now let's get that front axle in. The process here is more or less the same, except Jack's now just placing this front axle before installing the leaves, starting with the front hardware and moving on to the back. The sun came back out, that's nice.
Yeah.
Now remember, we're servicing these later, so don't worry about that.
Something like that.
You might notice we still don't have those outriggers on. More on that in a second. So we've lowered the front here, dropped those jack stands down. Jack figures this might line things up. Oh my gosh.
A little easier than last time, eh?
A little bit. Jack, why is that one not painted?
Painted. Essentially, now we just raise the frame up, and the axle should sit on the leaves where it's supposed to sit. Go. Yeah. The threads on this bolt were damaged. I don't know who did it. I likely did it when I was taking it off because I didn't know that these were threaded, so that could have been me. But these threads are a special UNF, I think they're called, and I don't have a tap die set for that, so Heather had the great idea just to cut the first 4 threads of the bolt off, which we had lots of room to do, so I did that. She goes right on. Heather saved the day.
Now this is not a permanent solution. We will be getting a replacement bolt, but for now, it's gonna work.
Alright, we got the axle centered on the leaves. Now it's time for U-bolts. This one looks a little different than the others. This one has a very special spot. Right over this part of the axle where it's squared off, where it comes up for the diff housing. It's a very specific U-bolt. It's a bit more squared off.
Okay, let's do it.
Cool. Talk about easier than the rear ones.
The front definitely was easier. Those U-bolts slid right on, and in no time, we were all mounted up, ready to move on.
Okay. Nuts are on. Let's get these babies torqued up.
I mentioned outriggers earlier, and that's what we're doing next. These are the last major piece of the puzzle for finishing up the repairs on Lenny's chassis. Someone left us a really amazing tip in the comment section of our last video that we should bolt these up to the bulkhead, place the bulkhead, make sure everything lines up perfectly before committing to welding these to the chassis. And that's a really amazing tip, and thank you so much for that. These chassis from factory are so notoriously loose on their tolerances that if we were to weld these straight to the chassis without making sure the bulkhead lined up first, it could be totally out. Same goes for the rear. You may have noticed that Jack has welded a piece of angle across the two rear rails, and that's because that rear cross member actually isn't fully welded into place yet. We're going to take Lenny's tub, put it on the back here, make sure everything lines up before committing to fully welding that rear cross member in there. Thank you guys so much for those tips. Really, really appreciate it. We're learning a lot, so please keep that coming. We'll be tackling those final fabrication pieces, stripping the body parts off Lenny, and seeing what we can do about the engine very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up, leave us a comment, and we'll see you on the next one.